Okay, we are going to make a strawberry cheesecake. And I normally don't do things like this because this is something I'm just going to try. I have made cheesecake before, but I just haven't made this specifically. And I thought, well, you'll be part of the creative process. I'm going to see how it comes out. So I sometimes make my own crust. This is not one I made, it's one I purchased. There's one of those little individual ones. It's so minimal in calories that it's fine if you want to use something like this, especially because I'm just want to do something quick and easy. So I'm going to put my crust to the side. And this is one of the mini ones. I decided I'm going to do strawberry cheesecake. We're getting close to Valentine's Day. So I happen to have the strawberry cheesecake healthy meal from Herbalife. This is a product that came out that was a limited edition. I'm hoping that it returns soon, but right now you can't order this particular flavor. So an alternative to making your own strawberry cheesecake is also using Wildberry. So you can use 2 scoops of Wildberry and add some cheesecake pudding mix, and that would give you the same similar flavor as your strawberry cheesecake. Now today I'm actually gonna add 1 strawberry cheesecake and 1 Wildberry. And the reason that I'm doing that is just because I absolutely love the flavor of strawberry cheesecake. But the color is pretty light. And because we're coming close to Valentine's Day, I really like something that's a little bit vibrant in color, maybe a little bit more pink. Put that in there. Now I'm just gonna do it as 1 serving. If you're making a large pie, then you would add additional servings into this. 1 scoop of vanilla. Next thing I'm gonna do is add in my cheesecake pudding mix. Now this one was made by Abundant Life Foods. It has 0 calories. I'm gonna use a tablespoon. Although, if you're using a different brand, just track if you're tracking your macros, your calories, things of that nature, then you'd want to do that. And like I said, this would be equivalent to how I would make a shake too. So I'm making a big mess over here. Aren't you glad you're not actually here in my kitchen? And add a little water. And just stir it till you get a nice smooth consistency. That smells so good. I cannot believe how much it smells like strawberry cheesecake. I mean, it just really smells good. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna keep adding a little bit of water. And I always recommend add just a little bit, because you can gradually add in. Like I could try to give you measurements on the water, but honestly, you really want to eyeball it just to kind of see what consistency you like it. But if you add a little, you can keep gradually adding a little bit more. Now, remember how I mentioned I add the Wildberry? 1, the Wildberry is delicious, but 2, I wanted it to be a little bit more pink, and it is. Now, if you wanted a little bit darker pink than that, what you can do, this is completely optional, is I use the pink, and I'm probably saying this wrong, so I apologize, pink Pitya super color powder. It's essentially dragon fruit powder. So it's dragon fruit just in a powder form. And it's got a lot of health benefits. And it has 20 calories for 1 teaspoon. And I could actually measure this out, but I don't. Oh, here. And let's see how that looks with the color added into it. It's going to come out really dark. It may come out a little bit more on the purple side than pink, but we'll see. And I'm just going to add a little bit more water because I'm still trying to thin it out a little bit to the consistency that I'd like. Okay, so it looks like it's getting there. And like I said, it's just really your preference on how thick you want it. I wanted it a little bit just slightly liquid, so I'm gonna show this to you. So you can kind of see it's still pretty thick. See, I mean, it's hanging onto the fork, but you see how it looks a little silky. And that's really what I was looking for. So we are going to take the lid off our. I'm not left-handed, so doing this with my left hand is kind of awkward. A spoon, all my cheesecake filling in there. I'm gonna dip my spoon in a little water just so I can smooth out the top, just to make it a little prettier. There's not any other reason I'm doing it. It doesn't add anything to it. It just smooth it out. Especially because if it's for Valentine's Day and you're making it for someone special, you definitely want it to be nice and pretty. Okay. And you see how the top is just getting a little bit more silky looking. That's perfect. Now, if you wanted to, you could stop right here and start decorating it. Or not even decorate, you could just pop it in the refrigerator, let it firm up a little bit more, and then when you're ready, eat it. Now, I'm gonna see about adding a little decorations, not too much, but just a little garnish. It is Valentine's Day, right? So let's see what we can do. I have a couple strawberries. These are actually frozen strawberries. I would recommend obviously using fresh. I just don't have any on hand. And I'm just gonna cut like an upside down V to start making it into a heart. Now I'm gonna slightly cover the edges just to round it off a little bit. Chop the little edges. Okay, there's your little heart. And if you want 2 hearts, you know I'm so tall, just slice it in the middle, and now you have the hearts. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this smaller one. Okay, this one's so cute. It's little and pudgy. Should I leave it like that or should I cut it in half? That's the $1 million question, right? Okay. Now I have 2 hearts if I want it like that. Okay, while the hearts are cut, I'm going to, I think, also add a few little Lily's white chocolate chips. Now I'm doing the white because I just think it stands out better with the pink, but you can do whatever you want. In here with little strawberry juice on my fingers. So these are Lily's white chocolate chips, and if you haven't tried them before, they're sweetened with stevia, so that's why I like using them. If I were using, I don't have my glasses on, 26 chips, then it'd be 55 calories. I'm not using 26 chips. That's a lot of chips for this little tiny pie, but I am going to use a few of them. And we'll just add a little garnishment. I have no idea what design I'm doing. I'm really just winging it now. And that's why you can have so much fun with your dessert. As long as you try to keep it healthy, make some healthy choices, it can be delicious and still enjoy a nice treat, especially for the holidays. Sometimes we just gotta make things a little special. Wish I had the little mini chocolate chips because these are kind of big, but for this little pie, smush them in there a little bit so they're not standing out so much. And let's see, is there anything else that I feel like I want to add on there? Actually, I'm going to add the pecans. I could do pecans or I could do the little walnuts. These I think I bought chopped. These I think I kind of smushed with a hammer, a meat tenderizer. Just whacked on it until I got. I'm just gonna sprinkle a few just to give it a little different color, nice little crunch. It's up to you, and you know, decorate the way you want. That's the fun of it, especially if whether you're making it for yourself for something, or you're giving it to someone. You want to make it nice so you can enjoy it. It makes you feel like it's special. You're not thinking that you're giving up anything, because you're not. It's going to be delicious and beautiful. There you go. Quick and easy cheesecake.